Northwest Regional Finals.
Yeah, youth finals. Yeah.
Youth finals. And what a cracking, how many bouts was there? 8 bouts on?
Yeah, 8 championship bouts and poof.
Loved every one of them.
Everyone cracking bouts, weren't they? It was worth its entry fee, this one.
Well, we had 49 kilos, Luke Fay and Ibrahim Nadeem.
Ibrahim Nadeem, yeah, from Bury. I thought Luke Fay did really well first round, you know what I mean? He definitely pushed Nadeem, didn't he? You know what I mean? He got it on a split, I think, Nadeem, Bury lad, but his quality showed in the end, didn't it? It just came through.
He just got great work ethic.
Yeah, doesn't stop.
Reminded me very much of his old stable mate, Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
You know,
just non-stop, forward.
They've got skills, they have got skills, but when those skills are not enough and someone's flashing and quick and all that, they just get back to good old-fashioned hard work.
Yeah,
and just keep
work
throwing
rate.
shots.
You punch count them, it'll be unreal, wouldn't it, really, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
That was a good win. And then at 52, didn't you? You had the South
Matthew
African Bailey versus Nazim Mavi from Bury, the Queensway lad. That was a cracking fight as well, wasn't it, really?
Well, the thing is, the first one, it was a split decision, it was close, it could have gone quite, you know, either way, but that was only the kid from Bury who was going to win that, Navi. He was powerful, wasn't he?
Oh, he was, wasn't he? I think there was a little bit of claret coming in the second round, his nose had gone a little bit ballies, but he did win it on a unanimous, did Nazim.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Mavi Nazim, that is, yeah, so he'd be a quality kid, him, you know what I mean? He'll always be there.
Again, similar
England vest on, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hard work rate, great hard work rate.
Very standard thing for the Bury lads, England vest and lots of punches, isn't it?
And then Cleggy and your lad Brett.
Cleggy and Brett, yeah, we knew it was going to be a worthy final. Both boxed last night as well.
Yeah.
Both did well in their bouts on them, they were cracking,
well, they both done well because they both had the 3 bouts in the 7 days.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Which don't take your toll on both of them. But
yeah, they've not had it easy, have they? And what a bout it was again.
Cleggy come out very fast.
You could give him the first, I think. It was he full on. He knew what he was going to get with Brett. He fought a different fight than he did against in the semi-final.
Do you know, I was saying to some of the lads I was interviewing before, it was nice to see in that fight because they both had to adapt to one another. And when they adapted, because Clegg could come out with those fast shots of his, those fast little combinations, and was landing, and Brett couldn't really get his timing right to counter him. And then when he did get his timing right and counter him, which was towards the end of that first round, then the second round he come out and fought different.
Yeah.
So he had it in the...
I tell you what, Brett stepped up tonight for me. He stepped up in his self-belief in what he was doing, you know what I mean? And he worked him well, and there were no complaints from anyone when he got the nod.
No,
he got it on a split, but no one, even Clegg himself, said, you know, wow, what a fight, you know what I mean?
Well, down to that last round, same with the first fight, the third fight, we're both down to the last round and who wanted it most. Yeah. And your Brent really wanted it and he just didn't stop.
Yeah, he's a good kid, he's Brett, you know what I mean? He's been there and thereabouts all the time. But Clegg, you know, they were both aggressive lads.
Yeah.
And they both really, really.
Sometimes though, they don't live up to, sometimes they can cancel one another out, and he didn't.
No, it was to and fro, wasn't it? It was to and fro, yeah. Then at 60 we had Fiaz Northside.
Yes, I did a little interview with him before.
Have you? Yeah.
You called him, was it Little Tyson?
Little Tyson, yeah.
I said to you at the time, I was one of those fights where I thought it was very close. He got the decision in the semi-final.
Yep.
But I listened to him this time because you told me he's a great little kid there, watch out for him, you know. And he made me smile. It was perhaps, excluding Bradley, it was my fight of the night, that, because he looked good.
And Roach's lads, everyone knows they're good lads anyway, you know, they're going to give you 100% back as well, you know what I mean? So fair play to him there. He's definitely going to be one to watch as well. 64 though. I think the whole venue went quiet, didn't they, when they were announced until the roars went up. Yeah. That was a cracking fight. Brown, who boxed last night and did exceptional last night in the semis.
And he did in the quarterfinals as well.
Yeah, he did. He stepped up,
well, you and I were expecting him to beat.
Yeah, McGuinness, in the quarters, and I tell you what, but Bradley Ray, I'm sorry. I thought just for a round he was just sussing him, moving him, and then the second round, wow, three standing 8 counts, and Bradley Ray said, so I'm sorry, we go on about him, and those who haven't got to see him, go and see him.
As I said though, what you get with Bradley Ray is you get the Paul Potts effect. You know when Britain's Got Talent, this little chubby bloke come
yeah.
out on,
You got the big
and then this voice come out of him.
Ginger ninja, you
You
know what I
get
mean?
this tall, skinny, white, ginger red.
Yeah,
you know,
Bale needs a sunbed. Brad, you need a sunbed. You know.
And then he goes out and does that.
Yeah, well, it's crazy.
Time after time.
And that's not taking it. Patrick Brown can learn so much from that. He can hold his head up really.
Sure, right, he can.
You know what I mean? That was. But,
listen, people are going to be fearing Patrick Brown in next year.
Yeah, I tell you,
he's going to be the older one of the. You know, no one's going to have an advantage over him.
He's not going to have Bradley Ray next year. And I tell you what, I think Patrick Brown's going to, you know, if he keeps at it, keeps away progressing, he's going to do some damage, isn't he?
Over the last 12 months, massive transformation.
So she'd hold his head up there.
And I never ever expected to see those performances come from Patrick.
It's good seeing it. It's good to see. Then we had, what do we have at 69? Rampton. Now, I told you about Rampton, didn't I? Told you about Rampton. Ethan Doyle at Barrow, no mug as well. Box last night, won well. And Rampton, you know what I mean? He wants it. I told you that.
This is what you said to me. Never stop throwing punches. And not only that, I take me out to Ethan Doyle. He took a punishment in every single round and he stuck in there and he caught him with the odd shot. He caught him with the odd shot, but it was the odd shot. Yeah. And Rampton just didn't stop throwing him, didn't stop
take a step
banging.
back. He's a tough kid.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, the Barrow boys, you know, they're made of hard stuff up there, you know what I mean? Coming down here the box. But Rampton, definitely one to watch again. And he's coming a little bit from nowhere.
I've never seen him.
He's come from nowhere, literally, but Mark Smith, he's no mug, you know what I mean?
Is he a new club Beartown?
No, it's been a while, Mark. Yeah. But I think he's...
Because I know I see him at these referees a lot, like, so, you know.
He doesn't have so many lads, but when he does, you've got to... He's had some cracking little tough nuts over the years. And then we had 75, we had Connor Taylor, Jimmy Egan's and the Love Boy. Yeah. You know, Jack Hers, James Jack Hers, I think it's said.
Well, you know, they're both...
Counting the first round and he just pulled it out of the bag after that. It woke him up.
Well, I think Connor got caught. Connor got a standing count in the first round. He was going all Jack's way actually, and Connor never really got into a fight up until that point. And
it woke him up.
He woke him up, and he made a much more. It was a deserving win by James, but it woke him up, Connor, and he put on a good performance in those next and went for him and made a real tight fight of it. Because I was impressed with. I've seen Jake James a lot, and he's good, isn't he?
He's strong looking lad, isn't he? Strong.
Again, he's a bit Bradley, tall, skinny, you know.
Strong. He just got that look though, where you think, you know, he'll be stopping a few, I think.
Yeah, he keeps it. Some great some good body shots as well there.
Works well. He's with Paddy, and Paddy McLennan, you know, he's been in the game a long while, and you know, he's getting the best out of it.
They look like they were fighting mirror images. Yeah. They look like they were having a fight in front of the mirror. Because they're both very simsimilar styles, and they probably both never fought anyone as tall as one another.
That's each other. No, it's always been smaller. Always a cracker.
Yeah, it was a good fight.
Then you had that real big lad at 81, didn't you? Khan from Aimer. Bloody hell, he's big, him.
Yes, he looked,
with Vidal from Skirton.
He put up a good show, that kid, though. You know, he was swinging those big overhand rights, but it was the right winner there with Khan. He was in control of it. Yeah,
he was. He's a good kid, that lad from Skirton as well, you know what I mean? So he's been around a bit, he's won a few titles as well, so it was a good win for him. It's the first time I've seen him, but he's big.
As big as Cam. No. I don't know what the weight was when they weighed in, but he did look a little bit like he's not quite big enough. He's too big for 75, but not quite big enough for 81.
Yeah,
and that did look a big 81.
Yeah, he did.
And Andre.
He looks like he'd come down a little bit to that and worked for it, so he's going to be strong at top of his weight, isn't he?
So what's that now then? That's it.
Well, that's it now. We've got no more. That's it now. We've got the pre-quarters of the youth now against Tyne Tees and Weir.
Oh, we've got that then.
No, we've not got it here. that's what's next. We've got that at Tyne Tees.
We have held them a few times. In fact, we held the whole tournament a couple of years ago, didn't we?
Yeah, we've had. You know, it depends what you get given. We were given the pre-quarter, but we had to change location because this place has got a wedding on or something. So, so we're up in Tyne Tees. I have actually just got in the boxing as well. I'll tell you the champions at the Tyne Tees lads at 52. You got Jack Hurst from Spennymoor. So he'll be boxing Mavi Nazim from Bury.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. That there'll be no mug from Spennymoor, that's for sure. At 56, boxing my lad, Brett Windle, we've got Marksby from Darlington, top lad, England lad, that's going to be a battle and a half, is that. See, Brett's going to have to be on top of his game. And I think he's got it in the head at the minute, so he's got the heart.
Look, he's grown in this tournament. I've been watching him, and that was a really good performance. I think everyone slightly had Cleggy as a favourite in there, wasn't there?
Yeah, well, I think so. You know, last performances, but Brett's good. You know, he's got to a few finals, quarters, and that himself nationally. Then at 60, you've got one of the Dickinson boys from Berkeley. He's got Fiaz, Little Tyson. So we all know the Dickinsons. Yeah, top lads from Berkeley. You know what I mean? I remember Dickinson from a long time ago as well. They've been at it years. The other brother Dickinson has got at 64. So he's got Mr. Ray, Mr. Bradley Ray. So that'll be.
They fought before, do you know?
I don't think they have. No. I don't. I might. I think they might have done. I'm not sure. I fancy Brad for that, I'll be honest. I do fancy Brad again for this one.
I can't look past him for anything now, because he is on a level with anyone in his weight category and his age group. There's no one that you think, oh, I'm worried about him against him. You just think, well, go in there and do what you do best.
Another pedigree. All the Berkeley lads are quality. Most of the time as well. Rampton, Beartown's got Kai Hume. I've known Kai since he started from New Biggin. He's been a national finalist every year, I think.
Right.
Oh, he's crack. He beat two of mine in 2 national finals. I can't beat the kid. You know what I mean? It's brilliant. Kai Hume from New Biggin. So that's going to be good, because like I say, they've never met. They've never even seen Rampton. You know, Rampton's a shocker. So that's going to be.
See, these are great as well, because this builds up for great grudge matches. Is when they become elite. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they remember. Well, then you've got the old Groves and who was it? Groves and De Gale.
Yeah.
It builds what they have in the amateurs,
and then it builds through to the programme.
Especially at youths now, because these, like we said before, these lads are really in for it. They really want to do it at this age.
All these young kids, all really seem to be taking it properly seriously. They seem to be dieting correctly. I'm seeing these kids coming in, they're all in fantastic shape. None of them are carrying weight like they used to years ago, you know what I mean? Just because you can't make one weight or go in there. You know, if they're not at the right weight, they're not going in. And if they're not at the best, they're not fighting. Every one of these kids.
You see, after the weigh-in, straight away, I've seen the big change. The big change used to be they'd weigh in, stuff their faces full of crap, whatever we were giving them, chips, peas, whatever we were giving them on a meal ticket. Now, I don't see my boxers using the meal tickets till afterwards. They give the meal tickets away. As soon as they finish, coconut water. As soon as they're weighed in, they're on the coconut water.
As I said, they are rolls and bring sandwiches. They've got proper, you know what I mean, like chicken in there and with it. You know,
you're looking to see bread on some of them. They've got little compartments. They take it seriously, and that's what you've got to do, isn't it? You've got to do.
It's proving it, because we're looking at the quality. I say all 8 fights there, absolute class. Very hard to separate the majority of the fighters, like I say, except for a couple that we spoke about. It was a toss of the coin on some of those fights.
Yeah, we're, as a region, we're going to be going up Newcastle way strong. We're going to be going up with strong, good quality lads, and that's what we want. We not know there's no easies there.
What's the next group of tournaments then for us, mate?
Well, they've got the pre-quarters and they've got that.
Yeah, but we start with the over then.
Yeah, once the youth's over, we start them with the juniors.
Right.
So we start them with the junior championship. Now that's split into 2 now. Instead of putting if they go in an open class one, that's 2 years again.
Yeah.
So they're giving away 2 years, some of them again. However, we accommodate now England Boxing. They've got a cadet.
Right.
So the younger age can just go into the cadets. It's not a pathway to England to box for the country, but if you don't think the 2 years is too much of that age, which I think it is, then you put them in the cadets, and that will be I think there'll be 2000 and 2001 kids. I think that's the year off the top of my head.
And when do those start?
These will start, I believe the draw's next month in February. We'll be doing the draw.
And that's going to be so once that tournament finishes middle of February. The last week of February we'll be starting the new tournament.
We'll be starting the new tournament with the juniors, and then when that finishes, the senior elites.
Yeah.
And then we've got the schoolboys to finish after that. Right. And that's the calendar per se. So, and hopefully, we're going to generate a lot more interest and get more coming, because if this is the first championship of the years to go by, then there's some quality coming through.
Like I was saying before, sometimes I'm not a great lover of all the changes that happen in amateur boxing. But I do like what they've done with these tournaments, whereby it's quick, bang, and you've got the regular. Because you used to get confused. You'd be maybe, 4 or 5 of these tournaments would be running simultaneously, and I'd be like, well, who's this today and who's that there? I know I come down here I know what's happening,
Yeah.
and I know within a
They're
month
trying not to
I'm
crisscross.
going to have a champion out of them lot.
Yeah, yeah. Then they're trying not to crisscross them all, so you've got elites on at the same time, or you know, it's how it should be, isn't it? Really, you
Yeah,
know,
no, it's almost,
giving them all the credit they deserve.
almost
at the time.
organised, mate.
Yeah. But
Nick,
you know, we're getting there, aren't we?
definitely. Nick, take care, and I'll hopefully see you sometime next month.
Yep, hopefully. All
See you
right,
later,
no
mate.
worries.
Bye.